A Boy Named Sue. Written by Shel Silverstein. Performed by Johnny Cash on Live at Folsom Prison. Now my daddy left home when I was 3, and he didn't leave much to ma and me. Just this old guitar and an empty bottle of booze. Now I don't blame him 'cause he run and hid, but the meanest thing that he ever did was before he left, he went and named me Sue. Now he must have thought that it was quite a joke, and it got a lot of laughs from lots of folks. Seems I'd have to fight my whole life through. Some gal would giggle and I'd get red, and some guy'd laugh and I'd bust his head. I tell ya, life ain't easy for a boy named Sue. Well, I grew up fast and I grew up mean. My fists got hard and my wits got keen. I'd roam from town to town to hide my shame. But I made me a vow to the moon and stars that I'd search the honky-tonks and bars and kill the man that give me that awful name. Well, it was Gatlinburg around mid-July. I'd just hit town and my throat was dry, and I thought I'd stop and have myself a brew. In an old saloon on a street of mud, there at the table dealing studs, sat the dirty mangy dog that named me Sue. Now I knew that snake was my own sweet dad from a worn-out picture that my mother had, and I knew the scar on his cheek and his evil eye. He was big and bent and gray and old, and I looked at him and my blood ran cold, and I said, "My name is Sue. How do you do? Now you're gonna die." That's what I told him. Well, I punched him hard right between the eyes, and he went down, but to my surprise, he come up with a knife and cut off a piece of my ear. But I smashed a stool right across his teeth, and we crashed through the wall and into the street, kicking and gouging in the mud and the blood and the beer. Well, I tell ya, I fought tougher men, but I really can't remember when. He kicked like a mule and he bit like a crocodile. Well, I heard him laugh and then I heard him cuss, and he went for his gun, but I drew mine first, and that's when he looked at me and I saw him smile. And he said, "Son, this world is rough, and if a man's gonna make it, he's gotta be tough. And I wouldn't be there to help you along. So I give you that name and I said goodbye, and I knew you'd have to get tough or die, and it's that name that's helped to make you strong." Now he said, "Now you just fought one hell of a fight, and I know you hate me and you got the right to kill me now, and I wouldn't blame you if you do. But you ought to thank me before I die for the gravel in your guts and the spit in your eye, 'cause I'm the son of a bitch that named you Sue." What could I do? What could I do? Well, I got all choked up and I threw down my gun. I called him my pa and he called me his son, and I walked away with a different point of view. And I think about him every now and then, every time I try and every time I win. And if I ever have a son, I think I'm gonna name him Bill or George, anything but Sue. I still hate that name.